Welcome to AzureDirect.com, your place to start with an Azure proof of concept that will be the foundation of your foray into the cloud. Here at Azure Direct, we start your cloud journey with a small foundational experience that you can test and develop into your ultimate goal. We start small and introduce you to proof of concepts that will work across different industries. We look forward to taking a measured approach and achieving your goal to evolve and take advantage of the latest technologies available.
Now we're going to go ahead and deploy a virtual machine. So instead of going to create a resource, what I want you to go down here is a little hamburger. It says all services, right? So we're going to go do all services. And what we're going to do here is we're looking at the categories. So we're just going to show you a couple of different ways of getting things there. So we're going to go ahead and go to compute, right? Okay. And then we're going to select here virtual machines, right? So let's go ahead and click on a virtual machine. And then we're going to click over here, add a virtual machine. Okay. So perfect. So now, as you can see here, we're creating a virtual machine that we're going to be adding to the resource group, that we're going to be adding to the availability set, right? So it's a very systematic way that we're doing this so that it's set up perfectly and correctly. So with that, basic disks, networking, management, advanced tags, and review and create what we're going to do. So inside of here, we have our project details, our subscription, then we have our resource group here, right? So let's go ahead and select our resource group, okay? And then we need to give a name to this. So I like to put this in caps, Demo Lab VM1, okay? And this is how we're going to be able to reference this when we go to our all resources tab or all services. We can quickly go, okay, this is the name. You want to make sure that you keep those unique, or if you keep them in an availability set, that you keep the same name inside those availability sets, kind of have some sort of naming convention that is specific to that. Okay, as you can see here in the region, we just want to make sure the region is the same as always. And then over here, availability options. So you want to do is click on that, and then we want to tag it to this availability set that we have. So interestingly enough, if you did not make this step as your second step, you can always create new, and they'll create one in there, right in there for you. But let's go ahead and tag the Demo Lab VSet1. Okay, and then we want to look at the image. So as you can see here, if you click on this, these are the different images that we can actually deploy, right? As you see on Ubuntu, Red Hat, the Oracle Linux, right? But then we have the Windows Server. So what I'd like you to do is click on Windows Server 2019 Data Center. Okay, now we have Windows Server Data Center. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is look at the size. Okay, so this is so important. This is like pay attention times 50 on this one. So Microsoft has seven different types of sizes, predefined sizes, right? And they are, and we'll click on this, click on the change size. And what it does for you, when you come into here, it's going to give you this option over here. It says size, small, right? Now we have to remember small is going to be based on, doing a test dev type of environment, getting things started. The cost is going to be a lot less than when you do it. See, as you can see here, when I click on that, I have different medium or large applications, right? But on the right-hand side too, I can look at the family. So this one's for general purpose, right? But if I'm looking to high performance compute or compute optimize or memory optimize or storage optimize or confidential, you can select in here, and then it will give you the available, the different available options, right? But a lot of partners make a mistake, and customers make a mistake of building it out too robust. And our guidance, and the guidance coming from Microsoft when I talk to people, was you always want to do POCs first. So you always want to start in the smaller side on the general purpose, and you want to POC it to make sure it works on a small scale. And then when everything is working right, boom, you start turning it up. And then you have the ability to do that, right? So you want to be careful. So in this case, what we're going to be doing today is we're changing from the DS2 V3 to the DS4 V3. Okay, so this is going to give us more RAM. It's going to give us more data disks, right? Our temporary storage, is 32 gigs. Our IOPS per second is raised up. and you get premium disk support. So let's go ahead and, when you do that one, then go ahead and click on select. Okay. Next, super important thing is your username and your password. Okay, this needs to be stored. Let's see, demo user. Okay, I put demo user, and then I put password. Obviously, this isn't very secure, right? So pound. Okay, so we have that, and then they're going to ask me to make sure that I'm just going to copy and paste it from my thing. So this is something you need to store into your vault, your key vault, you know, wherever you need it, but very important. Okay. As you can see, super secure. But yeah, you want to use this because we're going to be needing this information when we're opening up our command shell later on. Okay, so we have that public inbound ports. We want to select this to none. Okay, that's important, right? And then next, we're going to go, so we don't have a Windows, we're going to go to disks. Okay, so in the disks section, okay, we want the premium SSD encryption type. We're going to leave as default, right? And then we're going to click on the advanced. So people don't know this. So we have use managed disks. We're going to keep that there. We have the demo lab VNet 1, so we have the network already taken care of, right? We have the subnet that we put in there, so we can either manage that. And the public IP, we want to make sure that this is actually always has new, you know, for that, right? And then demo lab subnet. Okay, perfect. We're good. Next, we want to go into management. If you go back over here to networking, you want to put your NICs, help to create actually a network security group, an NSG. And so they're going to create a new one for you. So this is actually quite important because we're going to actually have to add some rules, right? We're going to actually have to add some things to make sure that, you know, only us have access, how to get into what port we're going to be using. So definitely create a network security group for us. Okay, now we can get into and there's load balancing if you want, but we can go into management. Okay, so now on the management, we want to make sure, let's see, so boot diagnostics, we want to leave this all the defaults here, right? Boot diagnostics, OS diagnostic storage under the monitoring section. Okay, and then under the identity, Azure Active Directory, we're going to put off for now. And auto shutdown, we're going to leave off. So we're going to leave that pretty much the same. Next, we can click on the advanced tab. And when I mentioned, remember the advanced tab that we were talking about, this becomes a lot more robust, right? As we've slowly going through this whole implementation, it gets more and more robust for that. So next one is tags. We can put our tags in here, right? If we want. So let's just go ahead and go to the review and create, and whammy. It's running final validation. It's passed. Pricing is not available for this offer at the moment. But in here, I typically will take this information and copy and paste it into my OneNote, just so that I can reference it in the, in the future, or I'll show you different ways of finding all this information. So let's go ahead and create it. Push create.
Welcome to AzureDirect.com, your place to start with an Azure proof of concept that will be the foundation of your foray into the cloud. Here at Azure Direct, we start your cloud journey with a small foundational experience that you can test and develop into your ultimate goal. We start small and introduce you to proof of concepts that will work across different industries. We look forward to taking a measured approach and achieving your goal to evolve and take advantage of the latest technologies available.